Your heart might be racing right now as you realize how much you give away without a second thought. Have you ever felt drained by endless demands, only to wonder where your own dreams disappeared? In this video, you'll learn how to put yourself first in a way that's simple, direct, and real. You'll see why ignoring your needs leads to stress, burnout, and loss of everything you care about most. I'll share 10 powerful steps you can start using today, each one designed to protect your energy, sharpen your focus, and rebuild your confidence. By the end, you'll understand exactly how to guard your time, strengthen your mind, and create habits that fuel your success instead of draining you. Stay with me and discover the life-changing shift that happens when you focus on yourself before you lose everything. Ready to reclaim your power? Let's get started. Number 1, prioritize your well-being to protect your future success. You've been strong for everyone else. Now it's time to be strong for yourself. You've been showing up to work, helping friends, answering messages, putting on a smile, even when your energy is drained, even when your mind is screaming for rest, even when you feel like you're losing control. You tell yourself you'll slow down tomorrow. You tell yourself your needs can wait. But what if tomorrow doesn't give you that second chance? What if everything you're working so hard for starts slipping away because you didn't protect the one thing that keeps it all together? Most people don't lose everything all at once. They lose themselves little by little. One small compromise, one more late night, one more thing done for others that pulls you away from who you are. They say yes when they should say no. They push through pain and call it strength. They ignore their own needs and call it loyalty. And then one day they wake up tired, empty, confused, and they can't remember the last time they felt alive. The body's worn out, the mind's in pieces, the motivation is gone, and now the success they were chasing feels farther than ever. So here's the truth. If you don't prioritize your well-being, you'll spend your life chasing something that will destroy you in the process. We're not talking about luxury. We're not talking about bubble baths or vacations. We're talking about discipline. We're talking about structure. We're talking about taking your life seriously enough to protect your energy, your health, your peace, and your direction. Because if you don't, no one else will. Start with the basics: sleep, nutrition, movement. If those three are off, you're not focused, you're just surviving. You can't perform well when your body is exhausted and your brain is foggy. You can't think clearly when your emotions are buried under stress and noise. You're not lazy. You're just tired of carrying a load that's been breaking you down for years. You want success. You want peace. You want to be unstoppable. Then put you first. That doesn't mean ignoring people. That doesn't mean being selfish. It means taking care of the one person who carries the weight of your entire life. If you break, everything else breaks. If your mental health collapses, your decisions collapse. If your body gives out, your plans stop. If your spirit is crushed, your relationships suffer. You can't pour from an empty cup, and you can't build a future on broken habits. You must learn to pause before you crash. You must build routines that sharpen your focus. You must say no to people who only show up when they need something. You must be brave enough to pull back before you burn out. You must be honest with yourself about how you really feel. Are you stretched too thin? Are you living someone else's version of success? Are you ignoring the warning signs your body and mind are screaming at you? It's not too late, but it will be. If you keep pretending you're fine, you've got goals, you've got dreams, but the price of reaching them is not your health, your sanity, your soul. Real success is when you grow, not just in numbers and recognition, but in strength, in peace, in joy. And that only comes when you build a life that keeps you grounded. Cut out what drains you. Add what restores you. Wake up with purpose, not anxiety. End your day with gratitude, not exhaustion. So what does it look like to prioritize your well-being? It starts with your mind. You've got to stop feeding it junk. Stop scrolling endlessly. Stop comparing your life to people who are just as lost as you are. Use your time to learn something useful. Read things that stretch your thinking. Listen to people who challenge you to level up. Surround yourself with those who respect your boundaries. The people in your life should not be constant sources of stress. You should not feel guilty for needing space. You should not feel obligated to carry everyone else while your own life falls apart. Then move to your body. You don't need a perfect routine. You need a consistent one. Start walking. Start stretching. Start drinking more water. Stop ignoring the signs that your body is screaming at you. Fatigue, headaches, aches, sleeplessness. Those are not just physical issues. They are warnings. The longer you ignore them, the more damage they do. And then focus on your spirit. Do something every day that makes you feel alive again. Something that reconnects you with who you really are, before the stress, before the pressure, before the demands of the world drowned you out. Maybe it's journaling. Maybe it's prayer. Maybe it's silence. But you need that space. Because your soul is not a machine. It needs attention. It needs direction. Stop waking up and rushing into stress. Start waking up and checking in with yourself first. Ask yourself, how am I doing? Really? And if the answer scares you, don't run from it. Work with it. Take action. Change your patterns. This is not a small shift. This is a rescue mission. You are rescuing your future from the version of you who kept saying, I'll deal with it later. Look, nobody's going to come save you. Nobody's going to hand you the balance you're looking for. If you don't take control of your time, someone else will. If you don't say no to what's draining you, life will say no to your dreams. If you don't protect your peace, you will lose your ability to hear your own voice. You'll become a stranger to yourself. You'll keep running on fumes. And when the crash comes, it won't be obvious. It'll be subtle, quiet, like waking up one day and realizing you no longer feel anything. And if you don't fix that, if you don't pull yourself out of that hole, then everything you care about will suffer. Your work, your family, your purpose, your legacy. So what do? You draw the line today. You decide that your health is not negotiable. You decide that your mental clarity matters more than staying busy. You decide that success is not real unless you're still whole when you get there. Don't wait for burnout to be your wake-up call. Don't wait for sickness to be your teacher. Don't wait for regret to be your only companion. Fix it now, while you still have the energy, while you still have the chance. You don't owe the world your breakdown. You owe yourself the strength to rebuild. Every time you choose discipline over distraction, you protect your future. Every time you sleep well, eat right, train hard, and think clearly, you're not just doing it for today. You're building a life that doesn't collapse tomorrow. The greatest act of power is not pushing through pain. It's knowing when to stop and reset. It's making space for growth. It's refusing to destroy yourself in the name of achievement. You're not weak for needing time. You're not selfish for needing space. You're not lazy for wanting peace. You are human, and you matter, and you only get one life. Protect it, use it, strengthen it, and focus on it before it slips through your fingers. This world doesn't slow down for anyone, but that doesn't mean you have to keep speeding up. You are allowed to pause. You are allowed to heal. You are allowed to focus on you. And when you do that, when you stop chasing everyone else's expectations and start building a life that works for you, you won't just survive. You'll rise. You'll lead. You'll live. But it starts with you. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Now. Number 2, commit daily to improving your mind and body. You're not stuck because life is unfair. You're stuck because you keep repeating habits that are silently killing your potential. Every single day without realizing it. Most people are training themselves to stay exactly where they are. They're stuck in routines that offer comfort but steal growth. They're surrounded by distractions that feel harmless but waste years. They're doing things over and over that slowly destroy their health, their peace, their confidence, and they think this is just how life works. But it's not. There's a reason you feel tired for no reason. There's a reason you wake up anxious and go to bed unsatisfied. There's a reason your motivation comes and goes like the weather, and that reason is your habits. You don't need a new goal. You don't need a fancy plan. You need to face the truth about what you do every single day. Because no matter how big your dream is, if your daily habits don't match it, you will never get there. That's not negativity. That's reality. Look around your life right now. What are you repeating that you know deep down is holding you back? Is it hitting snooze every morning and rushing through the day? Is it scrolling for hours instead of working on your goals? Is it avoiding hard conversations, skipping workouts, eating whatever's easy, spending time with people who drain you? These don't seem like major things at first, but over time they build walls around your potential. They blind you from what's possible. They condition your mind to believe that growth is too hard and comfort is the only way. And before you even realize it, you're living a version of yourself that's far beneath what you're capable of. If you want real change, you've got to stop lying to yourself. It starts with one hard truth. Your future depends on the habits you change today. So what do? You slow everything down. You block out the noise. You stop reacting to life and start observing it. And you ask yourself the one question most people avoid their entire lives. What am I doing every day that keeps me stuck? That question isn't easy. It's not fun. It requires self-respect. It requires brutal honesty. But it will give you answers that no book or course or coach can give you. Because only you know where the damage is being done. You don't need to change everything overnight. But you do need to identify the most crucial habits that are stealing your progress. Not the small ones. Not the surface level ones. The ones that dig deep into your behavior and shape your choices. Start with how you start your day. If your first hour is filled with chaos, distractions, or negativity, it sets the tone for everything that follows. What do you consume when you wake up? What do you think about? Who do you let into your space? That first hour is where your discipline either grows or dies. Now look at how you handle discomfort. Do you reach for your phone every time you're bored? Do you avoid effort because you're afraid to fail? Do you numb your emotions with entertainment, food, or gossip? These habits seem small, but they shape your mental wiring. They teach your brain to run from effort. They train you to fear growth. And every time you give in, you reinforce a pattern that keeps you weak. And what about your environment? Are you surrounded by people who expect the best from you, or people who are just as lost as you are? If you spend time with people who make excuses, you will start to believe that excuses are normal. If you keep sharing your goals with people who never support them, you will stop believing in yourself, the people you talk to, the content you consume, the actions you repeat. These are not random. These are systems. And if the system is broken, your results will never change. Now ask yourself how you treat your body. Do you stay hydrated? Do you move every day? Do you feed your body what it needs, or what's convenient? The way you treat your physical health reflects how much you value your life, your energy, your mood, your focus. These are all tied to what you eat, how you sleep, how often you move. But here's the hard truth. Most people don't want to change their habits because comfort feels safe. But what they don't realize is that comfort comes with a cost. And the longer you avoid making changes, the higher that cost becomes. You don't break bad habits by wishing for better ones. You break them by tracking them, studying them, understanding their triggers, and choosing something better every single day. Even when it's hard, even when it's uncomfortable, even when nobody's watching, you have to rewire your behavior. Start by choosing one habit that's hurting you the most right now. Not 5, not 10, just one. The one that has the biggest impact on your energy, your focus, or your self-esteem. Commit to replacing that one habit with something that strengthens you. If you waste an hour every night on useless content, replace it with 20 minutes of reading, 20 minutes of writing, and 20 minutes of silence. If you start your day in a rush, create a routine the night before that sets you up with clarity. If you're surrounded by people who keep you distracted or bring you down, start spending less time explaining yourself to them and more time investing in your own growth. And when you do this, when you start changing just one habit, you begin to prove something powerful to yourself. You are not stuck. You are not powerless. You are not defined by your past choices. Every single change you make is a vote for the person you're becoming. But don't stop there. Once you've built momentum, go after the next habit, then the next. This is how real transformation happens, not with big announcements or motivational highs, but with quiet, steady progress that nobody sees but you. This isn't about becoming perfect. This is about becoming aware. This is about living with intention, not reaction. This is about choosing actions that serve your future, not your weakness. Your habits are your daily rituals. They either build your identity or destroy it. They either create momentum or kill it. And every day you're choosing one or the other, even if you don't realize it. So take control. Make your routine work for you, not against you. If something makes you weaker, remove it. If something drains your focus, cut it. If something triggers your insecurity, face it. If something wastes your time, replace it. You were not made to stay stuck. You were not made to live in survival mode. You were not made to run on autopilot. You are capable of growth. You are capable of clarity. You are capable of rising above who you were yesterday. But none of that happens until you fix what you do every day. If you want to feel different, you must live different. If you want to be stronger, you must choose stronger actions. If you want a life you're proud of, you must let go of the patterns that keep you small. Don't make excuses. Make decisions. Don't wait for permission. Take responsibility. Don't expect change to be easy. Expect it to be worth it. This is your moment to shift, to stop waiting, to stop blaming, to stop blaming, to stop hiding behind habits that you know are hurting you. This is your moment to identify what's broken and take ownership of your healing. This is your moment to protect your future by fixing your patterns today, not tomorrow, not when things calm down, not when someone else approves. Right now, because if you don't change those crucial habits, they will change you. And you will look back on this season of life with regret, knowing you had the chance to grow, but you chose to stay the same. Don't be that person. Be the one who took their life seriously. Be the one who chose strength over comfort. Be the one who changed their habits and changed their future. That person is in you. You just have to fight for them. And that fight begins today. Number 3, build boundaries that guard your time and energy. If you don't start guarding your time and energy, the world will steal it and never give it back. That's the truth most people ignore. They give away their hours, their focus, their emotional peace to things and people that don't deserve a second of it. They stay available to distractions, say yes to obligations that drain them, and let others walk in and out of their lives like there are no doors, no locks, no rules. And then they wonder why they feel exhausted, why nothing moves forward, why they can't concentrate, why their dreams are always sitting on the back burner, collecting dust, while life feels like a never-ending to-do list of everybody else's problems. It's not because they lack time, it's because they lack boundaries. Your time is your life. Your energy is your power. And if you let everything around you control those things, you're not living, you're surviving someone else's chaos. There comes a moment in life where you've got to wake up and decide, I will no longer let my time be stolen. I will no longer let my energy be drained. I will no longer hand over my peace just to keep other people comfortable. You weren't put here to be everything for everyone. You weren't born to keep proving your worth by overextending yourself. You're not meant to carry the emotional weight of people who don't even carry their own. So what do? You start building boundaries, not out of anger, not out of selfishness, but out of deep respect for your life, out of clarity for your vision, out of love for your future. Because if you don't protect your time, someone else will waste it for you. And if you don't protect your energy, someone else will feed off it until you have nothing left to give, not even to yourself. And this isn't about being harsh. This is about being clear. You've got to decide what's allowed in your life and what's not, who gets your time and who doesn't, what habits are welcome and which ones have to go. If it doesn't align with your values, it doesn't stay. If it distracts you from your growth, it gets removed. If it constantly takes more than it gives, you walk away. Now that sounds easy in theory, but in reality, this is where most people fall apart. Because building boundaries means having uncomfortable conversations. It means being misunderstood. It means saying no when you used to say yes and not feeling guilty for it. It means making people upset and still choosing yourself anyway. Most people avoid boundaries because they're afraid of losing people. But what they don't see is they're already losing themselves. They're saying yes to everyone else's demands and saying no to their own needs. You don't get stronger by pleasing everyone. You get stronger by protecting what matters. So think about it. Who are you constantly pouring into without ever being refilled? What do you say yes to out of habit, not choice? Where in your life do you feel your peace slipping away? That's where your boundaries are missing. You've got to stop negotiating your well-being. You've got to stop explaining your limits. You've got to stop feeling responsible for other people's reactions. If you need time to focus, take it. If you need space to think, claim it. If you need to unplug, disconnect. Your time is not for sale. Your attention is not a donation. Your peace is not a favor you owe to anyone. And here's something nobody tells you. Setting boundaries isn't just about people. It's about environments. It's about habits. It's about digital noise, emotional clutter, and everything that interrupts your ability to think clearly. What you tolerate, you teach. If you tolerate constant interruptions, you teach the world that you're available to be pulled in 100 directions. If you tolerate gossip, laziness, distractions, and chaos, you're giving those things a home in your life. Boundaries are your way of saying, I know what I'm building, and I won't let anything threaten that. And when you start living like that, intentionally, unapologetically focused, everything changes. You wake up lighter. You move through your day with purpose. You stop explaining yourself to people who don't even try to understand. You begin to attract peace, progress, and the kind of people who respect your energy because they've done the work to protect their own. It's not magic, it's discipline. You have to be willing to disappoint others to stay aligned with yourself. You have to be okay with being misunderstood. You have to stop expecting everyone to like your boundaries, because most people benefit from you not having any. But this isn't about them. This is about protecting your future. This is about reclaiming your attention. This is about putting your goals back in your hands instead of letting them get lost in the noise of obligations you never agreed to. So how do you start? You start by getting honest. Ask yourself what areas of your life feel chaotic and why. Who in your life creates stress or guilt or confusion every time they show up? What situations do you walk into that drain you? What apps, habits, or routines steal more energy than they give? These are your blind spots. And once you find them, you draw a line. You remove, you reduce, or you restructure. You don't wait for permission. You don't wait for perfect timing. You take ownership. That might mean turning off notifications and reclaiming your focus. That might mean saying no to events that feel like obligations instead of opportunities. That might mean limiting access to people who only show up when they need something. It's not cruelty, it's clarity. When you build boundaries, you make space for your creativity, for your discipline, for your health, for the people who truly support you, for the habits that make you strong. And once you do that, you stop living in reaction. You start living by design. People won't always understand. Some will call you distant. Some will say you've changed. But the ones who matter will respect your growth, and the ones who don't, they were never meant to stay. You don't build a strong life by being available to everyone. You build a strong life by being available to your mission. You don't owe anyone access to your energy just because they demand it. You don't owe endless explanations to people who don't listen. You don't have to keep showing up for people who leave you empty. Boundaries aren't walls, they're filters. They don't shut everything out. They let the right things in. And if you want to protect your focus, guard your energy, and move with power, you need those filters. There's nothing noble about being drained. There's no reward for burnout. There's no honor in putting yourself last just to avoid confrontation. You're not here to live someone else's version of your life. You're here to build something meaningful, to grow into your highest potential, to leave behind a life that actually matters. But that won't happen if you keep giving your time and energy to things that don't align. So start today. Look at where your energy goes. Notice where you feel resentment, burnout, and pressure. And ask yourself, why am I still allowing this? Then decide. Decide to draw a line. Decide to choose yourself. Decide to stop being everywhere for everyone and start being exactly where you need to be for your growth, your clarity, your purpose. You are not selfish for choosing peace. You are not rude for protecting your energy. You are not cold for saying no to what doesn't serve you. You are wise. You are disciplined. You are focused. And the more you honor your boundaries, the more powerful your life becomes. So make this the season where you build strong limits, where you create clear standards, where you stop leaking time and start living with strength. Because the more you guard your energy, the more of it you'll have to build the life you deserve. Number 4, take responsibility for your happiness and growth. If you keep waiting for someone to come and fix your life, you'll be stuck in the same place 10 years from now, watching time pass, wondering why nothing ever changes. That's the harsh reality most people ignore. They blame their past, their parents, their circumstances, their boss, their friends. They point fingers at everyone and everything but themselves. And they wait. They wait for the right opportunity. They wait for motivation to strike. They wait for someone to believe in them, support them, save them from their own misery. But no one's coming. No one is going to hand you happiness. No one is going to hand you growth. You have to get up and take it for yourself. You are the answer you've been waiting for. Life isn't about what happens to you. It's about what you do with what happens. Every day you get to choose how you respond. You get to decide whether to stay stuck or move forward. And that choice, that's your power. That's the secret people miss. Happiness isn't given, it's built. Growth isn't luck, it's earned. You can't keep saying, I'm like this because of what happened to me. What happened to you is real. It matters. But what you do now matters more. The past is done. You can't go back and rewrite it, but you can rise from it. You can use it. You can decide right now that your story is not going to end in pain and confusion. It's going to evolve into purpose and power. But you have to own it. All of it. The pain, the fear, the setbacks, the failures. You have to stop waiting for someone else to give you permission to start healing, to start building, to start becoming the person you were always meant to be. Nobody's coming to do it for you. Not because people don't care, but because no one else has the power to live your life. No one else can do your inner work. No one else can carry the weight that belongs to you. That responsibility is yours, and that's a gift. That's not a burden. That's the key to freedom. When you realize that your growth is your job, everything changes. You stop begging for support from people who don't understand your journey. You stop complaining about what life didn't give you. You stop waiting for perfect conditions. You begin, you act, you build. This world will not hand you peace. You've got to fight for it. This world will not create joy for you. You've got to carve it out with your bare hands. You've got to decide what happiness looks like for you, and then chase it with unshakable focus. And listen, happiness doesn't mean you smile every day. It doesn't mean life is perfect. It means you know who you are. It means you know what matters to you, and you live by that. It means you stop abandoning yourself for approval. You stop silencing yourself to keep the peace. You stop ignoring your own voice just to stay liked. You were not born to live in emotional chains. You were not created to be a victim of life's storms. You were made to rise, to evolve, to transform everything that hurt you into something that empowers you. But that transformation doesn't happen by accident. It happens when you take full responsibility for your life. It happens when you wake up and say, I'm done blaming. I'm done waiting. I'm done living small. I'm choosing to grow now, even if it's uncomfortable, even if it's painful, even if no one else understands. You don't need the world to validate you. You need to start validating yourself. You don't need everyone to agree with your path. You need to trust that the path is yours for a reason. You don't need more comfort. You need more courage. Your happiness is not in the hands of your circumstances. It's in the hands of your perspective. It's in how you speak to yourself. It's in the choices you make when nobody's watching. It's in the way you show up for yourself when everything feels hard. And your growth. It's not a destination. It's a decision. Every single day you decide, will I step up or stay stuck? Will I get better or stay bitter? Will I take the hard road that leads to strength or the easy road that leads to regret? You don't need to know the entire path. You just need to take the next step. You don't need to have all the answers. You just need to start asking the right questions. What do I really want? Who do I want to become? What am I no longer willing to tolerate? Stop telling yourself you can't change. That's a lie you've been fed by fear. Change is hard, yes, but staying stuck, that's unbearable. The pain of growth is temporary. The pain of regret, that lasts forever. So many people wait for life to get easier before they start changing. But life doesn't get easier. You get stronger. You get smarter. You get more disciplined. You stop reacting to everything. And you start responding with intention. You stop letting life push you around. And you start standing your ground. You are not here to suffer quietly. You're here to break cycles. To build a mindset that supports your vision. To develop habits that create consistency. To wake up each day with purpose. Not perfection, but progress. And yes, some days will feel like setbacks. Some days you'll feel overwhelmed. But that's not failure. That's growth. That's what it looks like to become the version of yourself that doesn't shrink when things get hard. That's what it takes to rise beyond survival mode and build a life that actually feels worth living. But here's the part that will shake you. Nobody can want this more than you. No one else can give you the fire. No one else can carry you to the next level. You've got to light your own fire. You've got to choose your own hunger. You've got to wake up and say, I will no longer outsource my growth to the world around me. If you're not happy with where you are, change it. If you're tired of your habits, replace them. If your environment is suffocating your progress, shift it. No more excuses. No more waiting for external change. You have more power than you've been taught. It's time to reclaim it. It doesn't matter how slow the progress is. What matters is that it's yours. You're not running anyone else's race. You're building your own story. And the more responsibility you take for that story, the more powerful you become. Own your mornings. Own your thoughts. Own your actions. Own the moments when you mess up. And don't hide from them. Learn from them. Every mistake is a mirror. Every obstacle is an invitation to grow stronger. Every setback is a test of how badly you want it. And you know what's on the other side of that test. Confidence, clarity, conviction. The kind of unshakable belief in yourself that doesn't come from books or videos or validation. It comes from doing the hard work, from showing up when it's inconvenient, from choosing growth again and again and again. You are not here to play small. You are not here to be average. You are here to rise, to lead, to evolve into the version of you that doesn't settle for comfort zones and temporary highs. You are here to become unstoppable. And you do that by taking full, unapologetic responsibility for your life. No more waiting. No more blaming. No more hoping someone else will fix what you keep avoiding. This is your moment. Step into it. Own it. Be the one who decided to rewrite the story. Not because it was easy, but because it was necessary. Take the wheel. Build your peace. Forge your path. And never again give that power to anyone else. Because once you start choosing yourself, your happiness, your growth, your strength, everything begins to shift. And the life you've been dreaming about, it doesn't come to those who wait. It comes to those who rise. Number 5, invest consistently in skills that increase your value. If you want to become unstoppable in life, the single most powerful thing you can do is to invest in yourself relentlessly. Because the value you build within you is the only thing no one can ever take away. Think about this. Every skill you master, every bit of knowledge you acquire, every new ability you develop is like planting a seed in your future. That seed grows, it compounds, and eventually it becomes a tree so strong that no storm can shake it. Yet most people treat skill building like a hobby, something to do when they have time. Or worse, they wait for the perfect moment that never comes. The truth is, if you want your life to change, if you want your circumstances to shift, if you want to break free from the chains of average and step into greatness, you must invest consistently in skills that raise your value. Not occasionally, not when you feel like it. Every day, every week, every month. This is not optional. This is survival in a world that moves faster than ever before. Imagine waking up years from now with a set of skills so sharp, so relevant, so powerful, that doors open for you without even knocking. Imagine having the confidence that comes from knowing you can handle whatever life throws your way because you prepared yourself. That preparation is built one skill at a time, through commitment, through persistence, through sacrifice. But here's where most people fail. They don't see learning as an investment. They see it as a chore, as something that interrupts their comfort zone. They want results now without the work. They want success without the sacrifice. That mindset is what keeps them stuck. The most valuable asset you will ever own is yourself. The return on investing in your skills outpaces any stock, any business, any real estate deal. Skills pay you back for the rest of your life, in every moment you choose to use them. They give you leverage over your time, freedom over your decisions, and power over your future. Think of the people you admire, the ones who seem to get ahead effortlessly, who seize opportunities that others miss, who navigate change with ease. What do they have in common? They are constantly growing. They are always learning. They treat skill development like oxygen, essential and non-negotiable. You might ask, what skills should I invest in? The answer is simple but profound. Invest in skills that increase your ability to solve problems, communicate clearly, adapt quickly, and create value for others. These are timeless skills that never lose relevance. Whether it's learning a new language, mastering digital tools, refining your communication, or developing leadership, these skills shape your ability to impact the world. They elevate your presence and multiply your opportunities. When you build value, you make yourself indispensable. When you're indispensable, you command respect, influence, and better options. Consistency is the secret weapon here. 1 hour every day dedicated to building skills transforms your life over a year. One small step forward every day accumulates into an unstoppable momentum. That's how ordinary people become extraordinary. It's not about rushing or cramming. It's about steady, deliberate action. The journey of skill building is not glamorous. It's often slow and frustrating, but the rewards are unimaginable. It reshapes your identity. It changes how you see yourself. It shifts how the world sees you. You might feel overwhelmed by where to start. That's natural. The key is to pick one skill that aligns with your goals and dive deep. Forget about multitasking. Focus. Mastery requires focus. Don't jump from one thing to another, like a leaf in the wind. Anchor yourself to one craft and refine it. Every expert was once a beginner who refused to quit. Every master stumbled through early failures, faced criticism, doubted themselves, and kept moving forward. That resilience is born from the conviction that the investment in oneself is worth every hardship. Remember this: investing in skills isn't just about career or money. It's about your freedom. It's about owning your future. When you control your skills, you control your life. You decide the narrative. You become the architect of your destiny. Your environment plays a huge role in your growth. Surround yourself with learners, creators, and doers. Distance yourself from those who discourage, doubt, or drain your energy. Your circle should challenge you to grow, to expand your horizons, to keep raising your standards. As you invest in skills, your mindset shifts. You become more confident because you know you're equipped. You start seeing challenges as opportunities to apply your abilities, instead of threats to your stability. You stop fearing change because you know you can adapt. Think of this journey as a lifelong partnership with yourself. The skills you acquire become your allies in every situation. Whether it's negotiating a raise, starting a business, managing stress, or inspiring others, they become your armor and your sword. But here's the catch. Skill building demands sacrifice. It demands prioritizing long-term gains over instant gratification. It means choosing study over scrolling, practice over procrastination, discipline over distraction. It means showing up even when motivation is low. Those who commit to this process will always outpace those who wait for the perfect moment or the perfect teacher. Because the truth is, the best teacher is experience. The best lessons come from consistent effort. The best growth emerges from pushing beyond comfort. The most successful people don't wait for luck. They create their own luck through relentless learning. They know that every new skill they gain is a stepping stone to a higher level of life. They don't let fear stop them. They use fear as fuel to push forward. Investing in skills also means embracing failure as part of the process. Every mistake is a signal that you're growing, that you're testing boundaries, that you're moving forward. Don't fear failure. Fear stagnation. Don't avoid risks. Avoid regret. This is why so many people remain trapped. They stop investing in themselves. They let their skills atrophy. They lose their edge. And then they wonder why life feels stuck, why opportunities pass them by, why their potential remains untapped. You don't have to live like that. You don't have to settle for a life dictated by others. You can become the person who moves with the times, who reinvents themselves, who always stays ahead of the curve. Start today. Find that one skill you've always wanted to learn or improve. Break it down into small, manageable steps. Commit to showing up every day, no matter what. Celebrate small wins, learn from setbacks, and keep the bigger picture in mind. The best investment you will ever make is the investment in your own growth. No market crash can devalue your skills. No recession can take away your knowledge. No circumstance can erase your ability. These are your unbreakable assets. And the beauty is this: as you grow, you attract better people, better opportunities, and better results. You become magnetic to success because you embody value, not just want it. You don't chase opportunities. They chase you. Don't wait until you're ready or have time. Time is the only resource that's truly limited. Use it wisely. Use it to build yourself up. Use it to create a version of you that's unstoppable, valuable, and in control. If you commit to this path, your future self will thank you. You'll look back and realize the power you unlocked wasn't in some magic formula. It was in your relentless commitment to invest in yourself every day. So take action now. Pick your skill. Start learning. Keep going. The world rewards those who prepare, those who build, those who refuse to be left behind. Be the person who values growth over comfort, progress over excuses, and mastery over mediocrity. This is your time. Build your value, build your future, and watch as your life transforms in ways you never thought possible. Number 6, eliminate distractions that steal your focus and peace. You are losing your life one distracted moment at a time. And until you see this, you will never regain your true focus or peace. Every day, countless invisible thieves steal your attention and chip away at your inner calm. They come disguised as notifications, endless scrolling, urgent messages, or even well-meaning interruptions. What feels like small distractions add up to a noisy storm inside your mind that drowns your goals and suffocates your potential. But here's the hard truth. If you don't take control of these distractions, they will control you. They will dictate your energy, your mood, and ultimately your success. Your peace of mind is not found by chance. It must be fought for and fiercely guarded. Imagine waking up and moving through your day without the constant tug of interruptions. Imagine having the mental space to think deeply, to create freely, and to act decisively. That mental clarity is not a luxury. It's a necessity for anyone serious about winning at life. The battle against distractions is not fought in the outside world. It's won within your mind. Every beep, every buzz, every pop-up is a test of your resolve. The way you respond to these tests shapes the course of your life. Think back to the last time you sat down to work or focus on something important. How many times did your mind wander? How many times did you reach for your phone without thinking? How often did your concentration break into pieces, leaving you frustrated and unproductive? This scattered attention is what steals your time and steals your peace. It leaves you feeling exhausted, overwhelmed, and like you're constantly behind. And worse, it trains your brain to crave distraction instead of focus, creating a vicious cycle that's hard to break. But the good news is, you can break free. You can train your mind to resist the pull of distractions and create an environment where your focus flourishes. It starts by understanding what truly distracts you. Not just the obvious interruptions, but the subtle, sneaky ones that hide in plain sight. Social media might seem like the main culprit, but it's only part of the problem. Mental clutter, unresolved stress, multitasking, and even certain habits quietly rob your attention every day. The key is to become ruthless about identifying what steals your focus and cutting it out completely. This isn't about perfection or deprivation. It's about making space for what matters. It's about protecting your mental energy as fiercely as you protect your physical health. Because without peace and focus, nothing meaningful gets done. To do this, you need to set firm boundaries with technology and people. Turn off non-essential notifications. Create dedicated blocks of time where you are unreachable. Let go of the habit of constantly checking your phone as if your life depends on it. This may feel uncomfortable at first, but discomfort is the price of freedom. Next, reclaim your environment. Your surroundings affect your mental state more than you realize. Clear your workspace. Remove visual clutter. Design your space to invite calm and concentration, not chaos and distraction. A clean environment reflects a clear mind. Another crucial step is learning to say no to things that don't serve your goals or peace of mind. Every yes to a distraction is a no to your focus. Be selective with your commitments and guard your time as your most precious asset. When your mind feels restless, practice being present. Meditation, deep breathing, or simply pausing before reacting can recenter your attention and reduce the urge to flee into distraction. Strengthening this inner stillness rewires your brain to crave focus instead of noise. It's also essential to manage your energy, not just your time. Distractions often strike hardest when you're tired or stressed. Prioritize sleep, nutrition, and movement to maintain the mental stamina needed to resist temptation and stay productive. The journey to eliminating distractions will not be easy. You will face resistance from your own habits and the environment around you. People may not understand your new boundaries, and technology will fight to keep you hooked. This is normal. What matters is your commitment to reclaiming control. Remember, every moment you allow distraction to win is a moment lost forever. Your future depends on the focus you build today. Focus is a muscle that grows stronger with training, and peace is the reward of discipline. When you eliminate distractions, you unlock a powerful flow state where creativity, productivity, and happiness thrive. You gain time to pursue your passions, deepen your relationships, and build the life you want, not the life your distractions want for you. Do not let the noise of the world drown out your potential. Choose to step into silence and clarity. Build your fortress of focus, brick by brick, until it becomes impenetrable. Today, make a vow to protect your attention as the priceless resource it is. Cut out what steals your peace. Guard your mind like a fortress, and watch how your life transforms as distractions fade away. The power to change your story is in your hands. Start now. The focused, peaceful, unstoppable version of you is waiting to emerge. Will you claim it? Number 7. Develop habits that strengthen your self-confidence daily. If you want to change your world, you must first believe in your power to do it. And that belief is built every single day through the habits you choose to create. Self-confidence isn't a switch you flip one day. It's a muscle you develop by how you live each moment. It's crafted quietly in the shadows of your daily actions, in the conversations you have with yourself, and in the routines you refuse to break. Without this foundation, even the brightest ideas falter, and every opportunity slips through your fingers like sand. Imagine waking up every morning with an unshakable sense of certainty, knowing that no matter what comes your way, you have the strength to handle it. Imagine walking into any room, any challenge, with the calm assurance that you are enough, capable, and ready. This is not fantasy. It is the reality for those who intentionally build habits to strengthen their self-confidence. The problem is, too many people wait for confidence to appear magically. They look for external validation or perfect circumstances before stepping forward. But confidence never arrives on its own. It's earned in the trenches of daily discipline, shaped by small victories that accumulate quietly but powerfully. Think about the moments when you felt most self-assured. What was happening? Were you taking deliberate steps towards something important? Were you pushing yourself to learn, to speak up, to act despite fear? Those moments didn't come from chance. They came from habits formed long before the spotlight. The core of building lasting confidence lies in repetition. Every action you repeat becomes a thread woven into the fabric of your identity. When you practice standing tall, speaking clearly, and showing up consistently, you begin to embody the qualities you admire. Confidence is not about never feeling doubt. It's about choosing action over hesitation every time doubt whispers in your ear. Start with your morning rituals. How you begin your day sets the tone for your inner dialogue. Instead of reaching for distractions, commit to moments that affirm your worth, whether that's reading a passage that inspires you, setting clear intentions, or moving your body to awaken strength and presence. These early choices ripple outward, strengthening your foundation before the world demands your attention. Another habit is embracing challenges as opportunities to grow. Confidence is forged in discomfort. When you tackle tasks that stretch you, whether it's public speaking, learning a new skill, or confronting a difficult conversation, you tell your brain that you are capable of handling uncertainty. Each time you step outside your comfort zone, you expand the boundaries of what you believe is possible for yourself. But self-confidence is not just about action. It's about how you treat your inner voice. Notice the words you say to yourself. Are they kind and empowering, or are they harsh and doubting? The stories you tell yourself become your reality. Practice speaking to yourself as a trusted friend would, with encouragement, patience, and belief in your potential. Journaling can be a powerful tool here. Take time each day to write down your wins, no matter how small, and reflect on what they mean. This habit shifts your focus from what's lacking to what's growing. Over time, you create a personal archive of proof that you are capable, worthy, and progressing. Surrounding yourself with people who lift you up is another vital habit. Confidence thrives in an environment where you feel supported, understood, and challenged to be better. Seek out those who believe in you and who hold you accountable. Distance yourself from those who drain your energy or sow doubt. Body language plays a silent yet powerful role in building confidence. Habits like maintaining eye contact, standing with an open posture, and speaking with clarity send signals not only to others, but to your own brain that you are strong and in control. These physical habits create a feedback loop, reinforcing your inner belief. Gratitude, practiced daily, also transforms your mindset. When you consciously acknowledge what is going well and the progress you've made, you train your brain to notice abundance instead of lack. This shift fuels self-confidence by reminding you that you have resources within you to face life's challenges. Remember, setbacks and failures are not enemies to confidence, but stepping stones. The habit of viewing mistakes as lessons rather than judgments separates those who grow from those who stay stuck. When you normalize failure as part of your journey, you take away its power to diminish your self-worth. Accountability habits propel confidence forward, whether through a coach, mentor, or accountability partner. Sharing your goals and progress invites external encouragement and honest feedback. This dynamic creates momentum and helps you stay committed to your growth. Also, daily preparation and planning build quiet confidence. When you organize your tasks, set priorities, and anticipate obstacles, you step into your day with clarity and control. This habit reduces anxiety and builds trust in your ability to navigate complexity. The most profound shift happens when you commit to a growth mindset. The belief that your abilities and intelligence can be developed with effort and persistence. This mindset invites continuous learning and resilience, essential ingredients for unshakable confidence. As you develop these habits, you'll notice a transformation beyond external achievements. Confidence becomes an inner companion, steady, reliable, and empowering. It reshapes your relationships, your work, and your sense of purpose. The path to daily self-confidence is not glamorous. It is a series of small, intentional choices that pile up over time until they form an unbreakable foundation. This foundation carries you through doubt, fear, and uncertainty, anchoring you in your true power. So start now. Choose one habit today that strengthens your confidence. Maybe it's speaking your truth in a meeting, or writing down 3 things you appreciate about yourself, or moving your body with intention. Take that step and feel the ripple effect. When you build habits that cultivate confidence every day, you stop waiting for permission to shine. You claim your space, your voice, and your dreams. The transformation will surprise you because it doesn't come from outside. It rises from within. You are more powerful than you realize. Your daily habits shape that power. Make the decision to nurture them and watch as your life changes in ways you never thought possible. Now is your moment to rise with confidence. Embrace the journey, commit to your growth, and never settle for less than the bold, unstoppable you waiting to emerge. Will you take the first step today? Number 8, set clear goals that align with your true purpose. What if every step you took was charged with meaning, so clear, so connected to your deepest purpose, that nothing could shake your direction or dim your fire? This is the power of setting clear goals that align with your true purpose. It's not just about making a list or jotting down vague desires. It's about uncovering the core of who you are and shaping your life around that truth. When your goals resonate with your inner compass, They become magnetic, unstoppable forces, driving you forward through every challenge, every doubt, and every distraction. Far too many people wander aimlessly, chasing goals born from comparison, societal pressure, or fleeting desires. These goals may look impressive on the surface, but they lack the power to sustain you when the inevitable storms hit. Without alignment, goals become sources of frustration instead of fuel for your soul. Picture a ship without a rudder, tossed by waves, directionless. Now picture a ship guided by a clear, unwavering star, the destination so vivid that every wave, every gust of wind is met with calm certainty. Your goals can be that star, but only if they are born from your authentic purpose. The first step to clarity is honesty. Ask yourself, what truly matters to me? What gives my life meaning beyond money, status, or fleeting pleasures? This is not a question to rush. It demands reflection, courage, and sometimes uncomfortable truth. You may realize that some dreams you've chased were never really yours. That's okay. Recognizing this is a powerful act of liberation. Once you find that core purpose, your goals become more than tasks. They transform into commitments that honor who you are. These goals speak to your values, your passions, and the legacy you want to leave behind. They are the promises you make to yourself, anchoring you when external noise tries to pull you off course. Now, setting goals aligned with your purpose requires precision. Vague aspirations like, I want to be successful, or I want to be happy, don't provide enough direction. Instead, break these broad desires into tangible, specific objectives that reflect your purpose. For example, if your purpose is to inspire others, a clear goal might be to write a book or start a community project by a certain date. This specificity is crucial because the brain responds to clarity. When goals are detailed and measurable, your mind knows exactly where to focus energy. Ambiguity leads to procrastination and doubt, while clear goals spark momentum and confidence. Another key element is emotional connection. Your goals should ignite passion, not just logic. When you visualize the outcome, allow yourself to feel the excitement, the fulfillment, the pride. This emotional energy acts like rocket fuel, pushing you through moments when motivation wanes. It's also vital to align your goals with your strengths and growth areas. Purpose doesn't mean ignoring challenges. It means confronting them with intention. Setting goals that stretch your abilities while remaining grounded in your authentic self creates a dynamic balance between growth and sustainability. Beware of setting goals solely based on external validation. When you chase approval or compare yourself to others, you stray from your path and risk burnout. Instead, cultivate a habit of internal validation. Check in with yourself regularly and ask if your goals still reflect your deepest desires and values. Life's inevitable shifts mean your purpose and goals may evolve. This is not failure, it's growth. Regular reflection allows you to adjust course, refine objectives, and stay true to your evolving self. Make it a habit to revisit your goals weekly or monthly, celebrate progress, and recalibrate as needed. To translate your purpose-driven goals into reality, create a plan that breaks them into manageable steps. Large goals can overwhelm and stall action. By dividing them into daily or weekly tasks, you build momentum and create a clear path forward. This approach turns ambition into action, dreams into tangible results. Accountability is another powerful catalyst. Share your goals with trusted people who support your purpose. Their encouragement and honest feedback create a support system that sustains you. Accountability transforms vague intentions into committed efforts. Remember, setbacks and obstacles are inevitable. When your goals align with your purpose, setbacks become learning experiences, not reasons to quit. Purpose acts as a North Star that guides you through adversity, reminding you why the journey matters. The clarity that comes from aligning your goals with your true purpose changes your relationship with time. Every hour, every choice becomes an investment towards something profoundly meaningful. This perspective turns effort into joy, discipline into freedom, and struggles into triumphs. As you cultivate this clarity, you'll notice a deepening sense of peace. The noise of uncertainty fades, replaced by a quiet confidence born from knowing your path. This peace is a powerful source of resilience, allowing you to face life's unpredictability with grace and strength. Your purpose is unique. No one else can live it for you. Your goals are the bridge connecting who you are today with who you're destined to become. When you set goals in harmony with your true self, you awaken a force within that nothing can stop. Imagine looking back years from now and seeing a life shaped by intention, courage, and authenticity. A life where every achievement is a reflection of your deepest truth. That future is not distant. It begins with the goals you set today, aligned with the purpose that already lives inside you. Now is the time to cut through confusion and distraction. Commit to clarity. Commit to yourself. Define your goals not by what others expect, but by what sets your soul on fire. Your true purpose is waiting to be realized. Set goals that honor it. Live with a clarity that empowers every moment, and watch as your life transforms beyond what you ever imagined. Are you ready to discover your true purpose and set goals that will carry you there? The journey begins now. Number 9. Recognize when to say no to protect your priorities. If you never learn to say no, your life will be shaped by everyone else's priorities, leaving your own dreams, your own peace, and your own power shattered beyond recognition. Saying no is not just about rejecting requests or turning down opportunities. It is a profound act of self-respect, a protective shield for your time, your energy, and your most important commitments. Yet so many of us struggle with this simple word. We fear disappointing others, missing out, or being seen as selfish. But the truth is, every no you fail to say is a yes to distraction, stress, and lost potential. Imagine your priorities as a fragile garden. Each plant requires attention, water, and sunlight to thrive. Now imagine opening the gate to every passerby who dumps garbage or tramples the soil. Your garden wilts. Saying no is the act of closing that gate. It keeps the weeds out and allows your garden to flourish exactly as you intend. This is not just about time management or productivity hacks. It's a shift in how you value yourself. It's realizing that your priorities deserve your protection above all else. Because what you allow in your life directly determines what you become. Every day you face countless demands, requests from colleagues, friends, family, or even yourself. Not every demand deserves your yes. The challenge is knowing which ones align with your vision and which ones steal your power. Saying no isn't rejection of others, it's an embrace of yourself. Recognizing when to say no starts with clarity. You must be brutally honest about what truly matters. What are the goals, values, and commitments that you refuse to compromise? When you are clear about this, the decision to say no becomes easier. It is no longer a battle of willpower, but a natural boundary set by your purpose. But clarity alone is not enough. The fear of saying no is rooted deep in our psychology. The fear of conflict, loneliness, or missing out. This fear whispers lies. If you say no, they won't like you. You'll miss an opportunity. You'll be seen as weak. These thoughts create chains that trap you in overcommitment and exhaustion. To break free, you must reframe what saying no means. It is not a sign of weakness, but a declaration of strength. It shows you honor your worth and refuse to dilute your focus. Those who truly respect you will understand. The rest were distractions waiting to be cleared away. Practice is the path to mastery here. Start small. Say no to trivial requests that don't serve your priorities. Notice how your confidence grows, how your boundaries become clearer. Each no builds muscle. Eventually, you'll be able to say no to bigger demands with grace and conviction. Communication matters. Saying no does not mean shutting the door harshly. It means delivering your no with respect and honesty. Explain briefly why you can't commit. Affirm your respect for the other person. And if possible, offer an alternative that respects your limits. Remember, every yes is a commitment of your time and energy. When you say yes to too many things, you say no to your own dreams. You say no to the moments of rest, reflection, and growth you desperately need. This is a slow erosion of your potential and joy. This isn't theoretical. Look around at those who achieve remarkable things. They are often those who say no decisively. They guard their time as sacred. They choose their battles. Their lives are not a chaotic scatter of distractions, but a focused journey toward what matters most. The paradox is clear: to gain more, you must say no more. By closing doors that lead nowhere, you open windows to the life you want. Your priorities deserve this protection, or they will be lost beneath the noise of endless demands. As you begin this practice, you will face resistance from others and within yourself. Old patterns of people-pleasing will tug hard. You might feel guilt, doubt, or anxiety. These feelings are signs you are growing. Lean into them. With each no, you are rewiring your brain to honor your boundaries. Over time, this habit creates a profound shift. Your life becomes an intentional masterpiece, crafted by your choices rather than circumstance. You wake up each day energized because your actions align with your priorities. The chaos quiets and clarity reigns. Understand that saying no is also an act of kindness to yourself and others. When you decline something you cannot fully commit to, you free both parties to invest in what truly matters. This honesty builds trust and respect in your relationships, even if it's uncomfortable at first. Imagine what you could achieve if your time was guarded fiercely. How much more focused, creative, and fulfilled you would feel. Saying no is not limiting. It's liberating. It unlocks the space for your highest potential to emerge. The people and opportunities that deserve your yes will recognize your boundaries and appreciate the intentionality behind them. When you prioritize your life this way, you naturally attract what aligns with your vision and repel what doesn't. The challenge is ongoing. Every day will bring new tests of your ability to protect your priorities. But with each no you speak, your confidence grows, your clarity sharpens, and your life moves closer to the vision you hold for yourself. You do not need permission to say no. Your peace, your goals, your well-being, these are your birthright. Guard them fiercely. Choose no when it protects what you value most. Now is the moment to reclaim your power, to stop saying yes out of obligation or fear, to start saying no with conviction and respect, to protect your priorities so they can blossom fully. Will you let distractions and demands run your life? Or will you learn to say no, create sacred boundaries, and build a life that reflects your deepest values? The strength to say no is the strength to live on your terms. It begins with a single word, and it begins right now. Number 10, own your choices and refuse to blame others. If you want to transform your life, it starts with one brutal truth. No one else is responsible for where you are right now. Only you are. Blaming others is a tempting escape. It feels safer to point fingers when things go wrong. At bosses, parents, friends, society, the economy, anyone but yourself. But every time you shift responsibility away, you hand over your power and surrender control of your destiny. The moment you stop blaming and start owning your choices is the moment you reclaim your life. Think about how much time you've spent replaying scenarios where someone else made you feel angry, hurt, or stuck. These stories become chains that trap you in the past, feeding a victim mindset that steals your energy and clouds your future. Yet within these chains lies the key to freedom, owning your role in the story. No matter how uncomfortable, owning your choices is not easy. It requires courage to look in the mirror and admit that where you are, every success, every failure, every disappointment was shaped by decisions you made or allowed. This doesn't mean beating yourself up. It means being honest, compassionate, and committed to growth. When you stop blaming others, you stop waiting for external conditions to change before you act. Instead, you become a force of change in your own life. You take responsibility for your attitude, your habits, your responses. You recognize that while you can't control everything, you can control your reaction and your next move. Imagine a person who never blames others. When faced with challenges, they ask themselves, what can I learn here? What can I do differently? How can I grow? This mindset turns obstacles into opportunities, setbacks into lessons, and failures into stepping stones. It's easy to blame others because it feels like less work, but it's a lie that costs you everything. When you blame, you give your power away. You become stuck, waiting for someone else to fix your problems or make things right. This waiting room is a prison. True freedom lies in owning your choices, even when it's painful. When you admit where you went wrong, you gain clarity on what to change. When you accept your role in your life's outcome, you step into your authority as creator of your reality. The moment you decide to refuse blame, you unlock profound growth. Your mind shifts from victimhood to empowerment. You gain the ability to rewrite your future by the choices you make today. This shift ignites momentum, resilience, and confidence. Owning your choices also transforms your relationships. When you stop blaming others, you stop attacking or resenting. You communicate honestly, set healthy boundaries, and seek solutions rather than excuses. This creates trust and respect instead of conflict and frustration. The process starts with awareness. Notice when you catch yourself blaming. Notice the stories you tell about others' faults or circumstances beyond your control. Then pause. Choose a different response. One rooted in responsibility. This is a practice, not perfection. You will slip back into blame sometimes. That's human. What matters is that you come back to ownership quickly, without shame or denial. Each time you do, your muscle for responsibility grows stronger. The people who accomplish great things share one trait: they own their outcomes. They don't waste time on blame. Instead, they focus on what they can control. They make decisions with intention, learn from mistakes, and keep moving forward. Owning your choices also means being honest with yourself about your intentions. Sometimes we hide behind blame to avoid facing our fears or excuses. We say, if only things were different, I would. But real power comes when you say, no matter what, I will find a way. This mindset forces you to examine your habits, your mindset, and your willingness to grow. It pushes you to take radical accountability for how you show up in your life every day. And that is where transformation lives. When you own your choices, you stop being a passenger in your own life. You take the wheel, set your direction, and drive toward your goals with clarity and purpose. Even when the road is rough, you are in control of how you navigate. The alternative is drifting, tossed by external circumstances and other people's agendas. You lose yourself in your dreams in the chaos. But when you own your choices, you create a steady anchor in a stormy sea. This ownership is a declaration. I am responsible for my life. I am not perfect, but I am committed. I will not blame others to excuse my failures or delay my progress. I will learn, adapt, and keep moving forward. You will notice something remarkable when you take this stance. The energy that was wasted on blame transforms into fuel for action. Your mindset shifts from helplessness to hope. You become unstoppable. Start today by identifying one area where you have been blaming others. Reflect honestly on your part in the situation. Then decide what action you will take to change it. This small step is a giant leap toward mastery of your life. Remember, freedom is not found outside. It is born inside you when you claim ownership of your choices. Your life will never change until you stop blaming and start owning. No more excuses, no more victims, just you, strong, accountable, and ready to shape your destiny. Own your choices. Refuse to blame. This is the foundation of true power. Your future is waiting. The key is in your hands. Use it wisely.